Some empires just fade away. Others, they collapse in the most spectacular fashion. But sometimes, from those very ashes, a new power can rise up, even greater than what came before. Today, we are diving deep into the incredible, dramatic origin story of one of history's greatest empires, the Tang Dynasty of China.
It really makes you wonder, right? How is a golden age born? Does it just sort of happen? Is it fate? Or is it something that has to be forged in absolute fire and chaos? Because for the Tang, their legendary era of peace and prosperity, well, it began with anything but.
It all started right here, in the ruins of a dynasty that had aimed for the stars, but ended up overreaching, completely burning out its people, and finally collapsing under the massive weight of its own ambition.
So, let's set the stage. Because before the Tang could rise, the Sui Dynasty had to fall. And the story of that fall? It's a classic, almost textbook tale of imperial hubris.
The Sui's collapse was a total perfect storm of crises. Its emperor, Yang, had these massive visions. He wanted to link North and South China with the Grand Canal and beef up the Great Wall. But these weren't just impressive building projects. They were brutal, soul-crushing undertakings. They were fueled by insane taxes and forced labor, which led to disastrous wars, widespread famine, and finally, rebellion popping up all over the country.
Just try to wrap your head around that number for a second. 6 million people. It's almost impossible to even comprehend the scale of the human suffering that went into these projects. The empire was literally bleeding its own people dry, and the ground was more than ready for an uprising.
And in all of this chaos, one very powerful family saw something. They didn't just see danger, they saw the opportunity of a lifetime. And this is where our main players, the Li family, step onto the stage. And this father-son dynamic, well, it would go on to change the course of history. You had the father, Li Yuan. He was an experienced governor, he knew the system, and he understood the immense risks of rebelling. He was cautious, maybe even a little hesitant. But then you had his son, Li Shimin, a true military genius who was bold, ambitious, and saw the path to power with this incredible clarity. He was the engine, the real driving force behind their historic game.
This quote, which they say comes from Li Shimin, just perfectly captures his whole philosophy. While his father was carefully weighing all the risks, Shimin saw this one fleeting chance to seize greatness. He knew in a time of total chaos, being decisive was the ultimate weapon.
So, with his son basically lighting a fire under him, Li Yuan made his move. In the year 617, from their northern garrison, they gambled everything. They launched their rebellion against the crumbling Sui dynasty. And their campaign was an absolute masterclass in speed and strategy. First, they launched the rebellion from Taiwan. Then they did something brilliant. They forged a crucial alliance with powerful Turkic horsemen, which gave their infantry a massive cavalry advantage. And then, instead of getting bogged down in these long, costly sieges, they made a lightning-fast march south. And get this, by 618, they had captured the capital city, Chang'an.
Their sights were set on the ultimate prize, Chang'an. At the time, it was one of the largest cities in the entire world, the very heart of political power. Capturing it wouldn't just be another military victory, it would be this huge symbolic statement that a new power had officially arrived.
So how in the world did they pull it off? This wasn't just brute force, no. It was a really sophisticated, multi-layered strategy. First, they kept up their incredible speed by just going around heavily defended cities. They completely undermined enemy morale by promising amnesty, a brilliant bit of psychological warfare. Meanwhile, their Turkic allies were running diversions. And maybe most importantly, they won over the common people by giving them what the Sui couldn't: food and the promise of stability.
But here's the thing. Capturing a city is one thing. Building an empire that lasts? That's a whole different ballgame. The Lin family knew they had to prove they were more than just successful rebels. They had to prove they were actually worthy to rule.
And to legitimize their rule, they needed to claim something called the mandate of heaven. This was this ancient idea that heaven itself gives a just leader the right to rule. And the Sui emperor, by being so tyrannical and incompetent, had clearly lost that mandate. So for the Li family, their swift success, followed by their focus on good governance, was all the proof they needed that the mandate had now passed to them.
And they didn't just talk the talk. They immediately started building the pillars of a stable state.
They created the Tang Code, a legal system so clear and so influential that it was used as a model for centuries. They rolled out the equal field system to give peasants their own land. And they built a government bureaucracy based on merit exams, not just who your father was. They were building something to last.
And so, out of all that dynastic collapse and chaos, a new power wasn't just born. It was meticulously constructed. This was the literal dawn of a brand new era.
You know, all those calculated risks, the brilliant military campaigns, and the wise state building they did in those first chaotic years, that is what laid the foundation for almost 300 years of what we now call the Golden Age of China. It was an era of just incredible art, poetry, and global influence.
Which kind of leaves us with one last thought, doesn't it? Looking back at all this, was the rise of this incredible dynasty inevitable? Was it just the mandate of heaven correcting a wrong? Or was it the result of one family's incredible, audacious, and just perfectly timed gamble? What do you think?